trillion naira at the end of December 2018.
Senior Democrats have responded by accusing him of committing a gross offense.
The All Progressives Congress has vowed to punish the Ogun State Governor Ibikunle Amosu.
Hi, I'm Ruth once again. Many thanks for joining us in this take care at for today. Dixon inaugurates Bayelsa Airport, accuses federal government of neglect. Ethiopian Airlines skips flights to China open despite coronavirus. NNPC has over $20 billion assets, says CARMEL. Olympics, Buhari congratulates the Tigers over qualification. Details of the news will be shortly after the format. China sends coronavirus treatment guide to Nigeria. The Chinese government has sent an official guide on treating coronavirus to the Nigerian authorities as the death toll in the Chinese mainland reached 908 on Monday. The Chinese embassy in Nigeria confirmed that the official guide on coronavirus was shared with Nigeria and other countries through an official channel with documents including lab test procedure, epidemic update and risk assessment, diagnosis and treatment protocol, management of close contact, surveillance, and investigation. According to a statement on coronavirus sent by China's embassy, the National Health Commission in China had received a total of 40,171 confirmed cases, while 3,281 patients had been cured and discharged from hospitals. There still remained 23,589 suspected cases. So far, 187,518 are now under medical observation and have been identified as having had close contact with infected patients. Away from that, Dixon inaugurates Bayelsa Airport, accuses federal government of neglect. The outgoing governor of Bayelsa State, Mr. Serike Dixon, has berated the federal government for not playing its part in the building of the Bayelsa International Airport. He said the federal government abandoned its responsibilities and left the state government alone to fund and build the airport to completion. Dixon spoke on Monday while inaugurating the 3.5-kilometer runway airport located on the Tombia-Amosumo Road. No official of the federal government, Ministry of Aviation, the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, or the relevant federal agencies was present or represented during the ceremony, he said. The governor also said an initial contract awarded by the federal government through the Niger Delta Development Commission (NDDC) to sandfill the airport area did not work out. He described the airport as one of the best in the world with world-class aviation facilities that would bring the world to Bayelsa State and also take Bayelsa to the world. He said that it took 1.5 years to sandfill the area and everything in the airport was put down by the government of the state, none by the federal government. The governor called on the NCAA to stop playing politics with the Bayelsa International Airport, contending that several airports were operating in the country without the kind of sophisticated aviation equipment installed in the Bayelsa facility. From the foreign scene, Michael Hay gives up on Chancellor's role. The details of the news will come shortly. Please stay with us.
Shout glory!
I'm coming for the greatest event of all time. Do you live in North London, South East, Birmingham, Leeds, Oxford? You live in Chelsea area? God is set to change your life.
I saw that you came to this world too.
Yes, I'm a twin sister in Italy.
He that believeth on me, the works that I do, shall he do also, and greater works than this shall he do. It's a season of greater glory and greater works. We're going to see God's move and God's grace as we come to London.
Life only gives you interest on your investment.
18th and 19th February 2020 by 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. daily. Venue, The Lighthouse, 262274, Camberwell, London, SE5 ODP. For update, please call.
Be my guest as I come to the UK.
Welcome back. Annegret Kramp-Karrenbauer, leader of Germany's conservative CDU party, and German Chancellor Angela Merkel posed during a meeting with the party's leadership on February 10, 2020 in Berlin. The woman, widely seen as German Chancellor Angela Merkel's chosen successor, will not lead her crisis-racked CDU party into upcoming elections, a party source told AFP Monday. Annegret Kramp-Karrenbauer, known as AKK, took over from Merkel's as CDU chairwoman and presumed showing for chancellor in 2018, but has now said she will not be a candidate for the chancellery, the source said. She made the surprise announcement after telling a Crunch CDU meeting that the center-right party had an unreserved relationship with the far-right AFDP party and the far left. It comes after an election debacle in the state of Thuringia, in which regional CDU lawmakers went rogue and voted in the same camp as MPs from the AFD to oust a far-left state premier. AKK will, by the summer, organize a process to find the chancellor candidate, further prepare the party for the future, and then give up the leadership, the source said. The source also added that Merkel wanted her to remain as defense minister, the post she has held since July. However, Germany's next national elections must take place by autumn next year, although the fractious coalition between the CDU, its Bavarian CSU allies, and the center-left Social Democrat SPD may not hold until then. Away from that, Ethiopian Airlines keeps flight to China open despite coronavirus. As dozens of airlines around the world forgo massive profits and suspend flights to China amid fears of spreading the new coronavirus, Africa's biggest airline continues to transport thousands from China every day. Ethiopian Airlines has become the loudest proponent of sticking by China and keeping trade links open. 6 other African airlines, including Kenya Airways and South Africa Airways, have suspended their flights. Ethiopian Airlines serves countries in good and bad times. The airline's chief executive, Tawade Marian, told local media in Ethiopia this weekend China has a strong trade and investment relationship with Africa, and Ethiopian Airlines is a major carrier that links China with many African countries. If we stop flights to China, we break that relationship. While no coronavirus case has been confirmed on the continent, jitters have spread as preparedness to test for the disease has only slowly ramped up. The economy of China, Africa's biggest trading partner, has taken a huge hit. Tawade said that if they are not going to fly to China, China and Africa are going to become completely disconnected. They have to take maximum precautions, but stopping flight is not one of them. The WHO, headed by Ethiopian Tedros Adhanom, has not advised airlines to withdraw flights to China. So what they said, his decisions followed global guidelines. Health and passport screenings at the airline's hub in Addis Ababa, he said, were stringent enough to catch suspected cases before people entered Ethiopia or transited to other African countries, as most of the airline's passengers do. On business, Nigeria earned 1.17 trillion naira from VAT in 2019, says CBN. If you're just joining us, this is Celebration Television News Desk, and when we return from the break, we'll have the details of that news. Welcome back, and many thanks for staying tuned. Nigeria earned 1.17 trillion naira from VAT in 2019, says CBN. However, during the second quarter, the VAT revenue dropped by 6.13 billion naira from the first quarter figure of 301.62 billion naira to 295.49 billion naira. In the third quarter of the year, VAT revenue also witnessed a decline of 4.62 billion naira from 295.49 billion naira in the second quarter to 290.87 billion naira in the third quarter. The trend also continued in the fourth quarter of 2019 as VAT revenue dropped by 2.92 billion naira from 290.87 billion naira in the third quarter to 287.93 billion naira. The inability of the government to raise the much-needed revenue to finance its operation was one of the reasons for the increase in the value-added tax from 5% to 7.5%. The 7.5% VAT rate, which the government started implementing on February 1st, is being planned to generate about 2.08 trillion naira revenue in the 2020 fiscal period. Out of this 2.8 trillion naira, the federal government alone will receive about 315.47 billion naira, representing 15%, states 1.04 trillion naira, representing 50%, while the local government councils will get 751.43 billion naira, or 35%. The VAT increase, which is meant to help government achieve its revenue projections for the 2020 budget, is a part of the tax reforms included in the 2019 Finance Act. With the act, it is expected that there will be more revenue to finance key government projects, especially in the areas of health, education, and critical infrastructure. Still on business, NNPC has over $20 billion assets, says ENQUIRY. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation has assets worth over $20 billion, its group managing director, Mr. ENQUIRY, said on Monday, even as he decried the continued importation of petroleum products into the country. ENQUIRY said these at the Nigerian International Petroleum Summit 2020 in Abuja. At the event, President Muhammadu Buhari assured foreign oil companies of high returns on their investment in Nigeria, saying extension work has been done for the eventual passage of the Petroleum Industry Bill to open up the oil and gas sector to competitiveness. President Buhari was represented by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Mr. Boss Mustafa, at the event, which also marked the launch of the Nigerian Gas Transportation Network Code. The NNPC boss, CRUSADES, described the cooperation as the largest in Africa, saying they have assets that are in excess of $20 billion and they have opportunities that can be shared with their partners. This country can provide energy for the whole of Africa. As we all know, 90% of the petroleum products consumed in Africa are imported, and that must stop. And to do this, Nigeria must work, our refineries must come back, and that is what they are working on achieving, he added. On sport and on Olympics, Buhari congratulates the Tigers over qualification. The details of the news will be after this short break. Please do well to join us again. Welcome to Sports Scene on News Desk. President Muhammadu Buhari has congratulated the Tigers for qualifying for the 2020 Olympics game in Tokyo. In a statement released by the special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Buhari urged the team to remain focused, determined and energized for a good outing at the games. The president commends the sportsmanship and resilience of the team all through the qualifying stages and in their trainings, saluting their courage in always putting out their best as they represent the country. Being the current African champions, the president believes the Tigers already have the talents that could make global impact in the sports, assuring that the federal government would ensure proper preparation and mobilization for all outings. The president also commends team officials and the Nigeria Basketball Federation for the discipline and motivation of the Tigers. Nigeria qualified for the Tokyo Olympics after securing a win against Mozambique in their qualifying tournament. They, however, lost their other two games to Serbia and USA. The Tigers says qualification for the Olympics makes it the first time an African nation would have a men and women's team represent them in the basketball event of an Olympic game of the same year. Lastly, on sport, Wakeme gets a €100,000 bonus for goals contribution. Anthony Wakeme has received a €100,000 bonus from Trabzonspor after contributing 19 goals to the team this season. The Nigerian activated a clause in his contract after scoring 11 goals and providing 8 assists this season in 31 games across all competitions. The former Hapoel Beersheva forward has contributed 8 goals and 6 assists in the league this season to help the team move top of the game. The 29-year-old also took home the €100,000 bonus after scoring 11 goals and 10 assists for the team last season. Wakeme was on target in their 2-0 away win at Genlesibiligi on Friday. The forward will be instrumental to the team in the next couple of games after a red card to star striker Alexander Soloth. Since joining the Turkish club from Izuli side, he has, in 2018, the Nigerian has scored 22 games and contributed 16 assists. Now that's the size of the news today on Celebration Television News Desk. But in case you just joined us or you missed out on any of the news items, here are top stories again. Dixon inaugurates Bayelsa Airport, accuses federal government of neglect. Ethiopian Airlines keeps flights to China open despite coronavirus. NNPC has over $20 billion assets, says CARMEL. Olympics, Buhari congratulates the Tigers over qualification. Please be a friend on our social media platforms on Facebook, Celebration TV, on Instagram, My Celebration TV, on Twitter, My Celebration TV, and then on YouTube, Celebration TV. I am Ruth Obozigin. Many thanks for staying tuned today on Celebration Television News Desk, and goodbye for now.
To 15.7 trillion naira at the end of December 2018.
Senior Democrats have responded by accusing him of committing a gross offence.
The All Progressives Congress has vowed to punish the Ogun State governor if he